Good day and good morning in Alaska. Megan here. All right. This is a really interesting universe. All right. I'm going to talk about empaths today, and well, neglecting yourself as well. I'm going to talk about. All right. So maybe in when your childhood or whenever um you were involved with a narcissist and you're used to those energies. You're used to having a narcissist in your life, even on your path. You don't sometimes don't see it coming, especially friendships that come in and they start evolving, and little things. You help this person out with, and then they keep asking for more and more of you, and pretty soon you're starting to please them, and you say, well, you're feeling guilty because you're feeling like this, so you please them some more because that's what empaths do. And then you do some more, and then you're getting over. You're taking from you, neglecting yourself, but then you're feeling guilty at the same time. Um, and you're wondering, but you don't say anything, and you just keep doing. But you see, this universe is pretty magical now. They're very loving and unconditional loving, and they're going to say, well, you're not treating yourself right. You're not. And the universe is going to step in, whether you know it or not, and your higher self is going to teach you a lesson. It's pretty interesting how well we are loved in this universe. I'll tell you what. Now, when you see this coming, you're going to spin your wheels because you're neglecting yourself, but not acknowledging you're neglecting yourself. You're still on your high flying days, but you're not acknowledging that you're neglecting yourself. And the universe is saying, all right, we got to give some a little bit of negativity in her life to realize she needs to take your power back. So all of a sudden you run into some negative situations with this person, and you're doing your damnedest to please them in every way that you can because they're dissatisfied with you. You're not doing it their way at all, and you know it goes on and on. So if you don't see that sign, it just keeps getting a little bit rougher each time until you see that you're giving your power away. You're giving all your energies away and depleting you and taking away from your needs and giving way too much because you have these abandonment issues when you were a kid and stuff, because you really are just trying to please, and that's what empaths do because they have abandonment issues and they just want to please. That's that way they feel safe and secure, but at the same time they're going to attract that narcissist into their life. So literally, you're going on, and all of a sudden that's when it happens. That's when a big catastrophe mess comes into your hands, and you're trying to figure out, why is this happening? Why is this going on at this time on my path? And why am I having such a hard time with this? And you're going to spin your wheels for quite some time because the universe is going to teach you a lesson. um, and that's what's so beautiful. And I tell you what, um, you finally think, and you're like, wait a minute here. You know, I've got to put some healthy boundaries up. I've got to take back my energies and say, hey, this is my boundary here. This is my boundary here. You know, you know, giving yourself that ultimate freedom that you've been needing, but you've been giving your freedom away and your joy away to that person. When you put your healthy boundaries up, now you've got more time. Now you'll feel guilty for a little bit, but then at the same time, you'll be like, oh, this is much better. I can handle things a lot better. Putting your healthy boundaries up, saying, okay, well, this is not going to happen anymore. This is, put your healthy boundaries up, nicely and very lovingly. Just say, these are my boundaries. This is what's got to happen. Lovingly do this. You don't, stay in high flying disc and just be loving about it. And I can just say, hey, I've got these needs for me, and you can't always please everybody. The first person you've got to do is take care of you. And I tell you what, if you're in relations like that and rejecting yourself, neglecting yourself, that's not very healthy for you. And so to maintain a healthy spiritual path, then that's when the universe will step in and start saying, "Hey, you, hey, wake up." But then you realize after you put your healthy boundaries up, just how beautiful this universe is, because they taught you a valuable lesson. Is to, hey, you're in your first three chakras, and your lower chakras, your ground, your root, your sacral, and your solar plexus are their energies are not there. You're not grounding yourself. You're all up in your third eye, worried about others, trying to please others, but you're not pleasing yourself. You're not making yourself fulfilled. No, you have to fill your own cup up before you can fill anybody else's cup. And the one thing you need to do is put those healthy boundaries and make sure that you get what you need. Yes, if you have abundancy, yes, you give, but you don't give to the point where you are left with an empty cup because you're over pleasing and stuff. And that's what the universe is literally trying to tell you. You need to love yourself too. You do a good job. You do a very good job in society. And yes, you're a very giving person. But yes, at the same time, you've got to put boundaries up and not neglect yourself. um, so what I'm literally telling you is the one thing you want to do is set healthy boundaries in a nice way. You don't have to be mean about it. You just, hey, these are my boundaries. This is what I need. This is what I need to be in this friendship is these boundaries up, and please respect them. And I respect your boundaries. I've always have respect your boundaries, but these are my boundaries that you don't know about, and then you put them up to that person. You just tell them, hey, this has got to have. You put your boundaries up. When you do this, um, that person's going to learn a hell of a lot too because of the situation that you guys are in. That person's got a lesson in front of them too. All right, that person has got a lesson of always coming you for the needs to be met. I want my needs met. I want my needs met this way. I want my needs this way. That person's going to realize they've got to look at their own selves and figure out, why am I going to this person all the time for my needs and taking her energies. That person's got that lesson in front of them too. So you both have good lessons to learn in front of you. And for the empath, you got to do boundaries. For the other one, they need to make their own needs met without looking outside of them. All right. So it's a very interesting thing that the universe teaches us. I do love this universe because I tell you what, I'm learning a lot on my path. And it literally, with these friendships and stuff like that, you're learning about relationships in every sense of the way. And you're also learning about yourself and meeting your own needs first, you know, and making sure your needs are met before you start helping others. And when you are helping others, make sure your needs are met. Stay grounded in your root chakra, stay grounded in your needs, but also if you've got overflow, then you can give, all right? Then you can proceed to give. Um, but make sure your needs are met and you're grounded. You can't give something away that you need because, that's not making your needs met, all right? It's just healthy boundaries that you have to come up with. And you'll see that the relationship's fine. As long as you do it in a positive way, putting your boundaries up, that person's going to respect you. That person isn't going to be mad at you. She, she or he is just going to say, okay, she's got boundaries and she needs her space, and she's been neglecting herself, and they're going to respect that. They're going to understand where you're coming from, and they're going to give you your space. So don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone. You have to literally speak up for yourself to love yourself, to give you those safe boundaries so that way you're taking care of yourself. Don't be afraid, but to put those boundaries up, because I'm telling you what, your friendships will blossom. All right? They'll blossom and blossom. But the first thing you need to do is put your boundaries up so that way you can take care of yourself and not neglect to not take care of yourself. Because then if you neglect to take care of yourself, well then you're going to go through all this vibrations that are not your no, you're not your good vibrations. It's not your high vibrational disc. It's kind of a low vibrational disc, because it's, it's just, you don't want to get on that low vibration disc. So the whole thing is, um if you do step on that low vibration disc while you're learning this lesson, that's when the universe is going to say, all right, now we're going to give it to her heart to wake her up. Literally, let's wake her up. And they do. And that's what's so beautiful about this universe, because when this is all said and done, you put your boundaries up, you're like, yes, I understand, universe. Thank you for this blessed lesson. Thank you very much. I tell you what, I mean, this is the most loving universe. You might not think of it at the time, but when it's all said and done with and you did what you need to do, you're like, this universe is pretty magical. And that's just it. So one empath to another empath, you need to take care of your needs before you start giving. Don't give away what you need, because then you're neglecting yourself. Make sure yourself is, taken care of before you start passing it out, and stop stressing out because you don't have enough in your bowl to keep giving, and you're neglecting yourself, but you keep giving, and you're stressing out because you don't have enough. Oh, literally, um, that's gonna wake you up. That's really gonna the universe is gonna teach you. It's not a very good thing to do. So, the best thing you can do is put your boundaries up. You're not a people pleaser anymore, and you're a loving individual. You've got to ground yourself and love yourself, and then with your overflow of abundance, then you give. All right, and that's the best way I can describe this lesson. But I tell you what, it's a great lesson to learn. On the spiritual path, we're learning new and new things, and it's, relationships are about give and take, but they've got to be balanced. They've got to be equal. And if they're not equal, then you're neglecting yourself and you're not taking care of yourself. Point blank. All right. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and, put your healthy boundaries up, and, you know, and trust me, you're going to keep attracting the narcissist in your life until you literally start taking care of yourself, making sure that you have taken your needs before you start giving uh, your abundance up. You're going to make sure you have abundance of it, and that you're going to be well rooted and grounded and okay to give some away. Yes, we're supposed to share our abundance, but you have to make sure that you have enough and there's an overflow before you start giving it. Because, you do have to take care of yourself, because it's emotional and mental and your physical that you are responsible. And those three things have to be grounded to just to be in a high flying disc. And I have a wonderful day. I love each and every one of you. Have a good day.